See. Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are here waiting on Rachael. She's in the Bahamas, my home, and she's going to tell us a lot about her whole process, block therapy, who she is, how she got into it. There she is. I'm going to come get you now.
Hi.
Hey, Rachael.
Hey, should I put my camera this way or this
The other
way?
way. Yeah, there you go.
Hi, sweetie.
How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Tell everybody, where are you, Rachael?
I'm in Nassau, in the Bahamas,
Okay. Where do you normally live?
in Abaco,
Why are you in
Hopetown.
Hopetown?
Yes, well, our house was badly damaged during the Hurricane
Uh-huh.
Dorian. So we were evacuated after the storm, and here we are still.
Awesome.
So,
How's the build going with home?
well, the roof was just finally completed like 2 days ago. Thank you.
Huge. Huge.
Yes, and my husband's ripping out the floors and painting and putting the lights back on and hooking up the lights so that they can be turned on when the electricity comes back on.
Sure. What is the projected time that you guys will be able to get back in your home? Or the hopeful time?
Well, so first of all, the COVID-19 situation has grounded us. We cannot
Yeah.
even go there to the island right now. So
Okay.
when that opens up again, when the flights open up and we can go back to the island, then we'll be able to go there.
Okay. Beautiful. Well, Rachael, I know a little bit about what you've been doing over the years, but I would love for you to tell other people, hey, Diane, what you are doing. Tell us a little bit. I know that you are into block therapy. Can you tell us a little bit about what block therapy is and how you made your way to this journey of block therapy?
Um, so block therapy is it's a self-care body work technique where we
Mm-hmm.
use this specific block of wood it's made of cedar,
Uh-huh.
and we use it to melt through the restrictions in the body that are blocking blood flow and energy to the organs and to the cells. It's
Okay.
about creating space where we've lost it over time, inflating that space with the breath, and then strengthening the body in the proper alignment so that we can maintain that space.
Okay.
So what happens over time as we, with age and improper posture, grieving, surgeries, trauma, etc., our fascia sticks and grips and holds us out of alignment, and then we suffer over time having pain, mentally and physically and spiritually. And so this is also a way of, it's like a spiritual practice as well, like a meditation,
Yeah.
a therapy, and an exercise all in one.
So like one, okay, there's so many questions I have. How did you learn about block therapy? Because I've never heard of block therapy until you. So how did you learn of block therapy?
So this is one of those things where I did not choose this. I was chosen. Like God
Hmm.
said, "This girl, I need you for this."
I love it.
So
I get it.
I'm a massage therapist and a yoga instructor for 20 years.
Hmm.
And I just wasn't feeling satisfied. I felt like I wasn't getting deep enough, getting
Hmm.
enough results. And I knew that there was something more effective out there, but I never knew what it was. And so, I go home to Freeport like 2 or 3 times a year, visit friends.
Yeah.
And there's this one friend, my friend Bunny. Hi,
Uh-huh.
Bunny.
Hey, bunny.
So she always said to me, "When are you going to stay with me?" And I'd say, "Next time." And then the next time I come around, and just circumstances, I wasn't staying with her. And then this happened over and over again. So finally, one day I said, "I'm coming home. Can I stay with you?" And she said, "Thank goodness. I thought you didn't love me."
Oh.
And then she said, "Oh, but there's this thing happening this weekend. Deanna Hansen is here doing a block therapy workshop. I don't know what it is, but it's happening. So, but come anyway and come stay with me." So I was like, great. I went there, met Deanna Hansen. She invited me to stay for her 3-day workshop, and it changed my life. I
Ooh.
was just like, yeah, this is it. This is what I want to do
What
forever.
about it changed your life and how?
So, so the sense of freedom in my body, first of all, I could feel the cells wake up and go with the flow. What happens
Ooh.
is our cells get stuck out of alignment and they can't do their job. And we have 75 trillion cells in our body. Their sole purpose is to serve us, to keep
Uh-huh.
us healthy. And when they're stuck because of fascia that is gripping and sticking and holding them out of their home base, basically, um, then we just go, we age quicker, we have, a harder time thriving. So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
after 3 days, I felt this freedom of the flow came back, and the calm, the sense of calm, inner peace was just mind blowing. And I said, this is it. This is what I've been looking for. It's a meditative practice that is deeper than anything I've ever experienced. And what I love is that you're not sitting down consciously saying, okay, I'm going to meditate now. Oh, be quiet, mind, be quiet.
Right.
It just happens.
Wow. So like how does one get into that? Like where do I go to learn? Like if I wanted to take a block therapy class, how do I do that?
So my website is iloveblockTherapy.com. And you can go on there and purchase a block. Look for the program called Starter Program. And in that, you get a block and you get free classes that you get to keep for life. Like there's like 9 free classes in there.
Uh-huh.
And you also get 2 weeks access of the membership site, which is amazing. It's like a library
Okay.
of wellness classes.
Uh-huh.
And then after the 2 weeks expires, you can decide whether you want to continue with it. There is like a monthly membership, different prices, whether it's by the month or by the 6 months or by the year. Of course, if you sign up by the year, you pay less in the end.
Sure.
But this is how I start my day. Every day I start my day on the block. And
What is when you say that for people who don't know what does that look like? What does starting your day on the block look like?
so I have it in my bed. I put it in my bed with me, but because so if I'm lying down, I can't sleep, or if I'm watching a movie or something, I'll stick it under my legs or under
Uh-huh.
my neck or under my cheeks. I just absolutely love to roll around in this area here,
Uh-huh.
especially having had a broken jaw before and lots of dental work.
Uh-huh.
So I'm melting through those restrictions and bringing the blood flow back to the area. And so, but in the morning, I stick it under my belly. I lie
Mm-hmm.
on my stomach, put it underneath my belly, and I breathe deeply, which means as I inhale through the nose, I push the belly out as big as I can, as if I'm inflating a balloon. And
Yes.
this is strengthening the diaphragm. As I do this, the diaphragm contracts. So it's like lifting weights for the
Mm-hmm.
muscle that is the most important muscle in our body because it's responsible for the breath.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I exhale as slowly as I can. The block sinks into my abdomen. The diaphragm lifts and massages the alveoli at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of your lungs. That's where the majority of your oxygen receptors are.
Okay.
So I do this for 5 minutes, and it's literally massaging my internal organs, cleaning my lungs, increasing the blood oxygen level by up to 600%. And it's switching on my body's parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest.
Mm.
Because the vagus nerve passes through the diaphragm and it attaches to all the organs. And when we tone and stimulate the vagus nerve, that's what happens. We automatically go into a calm state of mind. And
I want to do this.
Jay, I don't know where I would be during this time
Uh-huh.
of this COVID-19. I don't know how I would be. I really
Yeah.
don't. And I find that my mind is just calm throughout the day. I'm not, feeling anguished or anxiety. Just like I'm in the moment and as if this is all I have. Just
Because it's really all we do have. We just
yes,
have the present, right? So it's lovely that it brings you to that place.
it
So
does.
I want to know like who would benefit from it. So for instance, let me just tell you a little bit about me.
Yes.
My left knee has been bugging me. Like I go running, I do a lot of cardio. When my gym was open, I did some weightlifting. Now it's just kind of like squats and stuff like that. But my left knee is really bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
Am I with would block there, is that too far of a reach to ask block therapy to help me there?
Nope, absolutely not. Block therapy is amazing for knee injuries, hip injuries, basically all over the body. I just thought of this morning, actually, that I wanted to say. It's like block therapy boldly goes where no man has gone before.
I love it.
Because what we do with it is we actually get right to the bone. We melt through those restrictions that are blocking the blood flow and the energy and holding us out of alignment. So knee injury like that is it's possibly a result of a slight misalignment, whether it's in your pelvis or your legs, whether your legs are slightly turned out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm an overpronator. They let me know that.
Yeah. Or even in the rib cage. It could be something out of alignment in the rib cage. So what it does is it basically brings your body back into proper alignment so it can function optimally. And it's amazing for knee pain. I'm actually going to go online with a friend of mine today who's having knee pain and just guide her for like half an hour. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm serious because I
and
need
I'll
to
be
look
happy
into
to
something.
do that. I'll be happy to do that with you, girl. I mean,
I'm
that
gonna be
would make
reaching
me
out.
so happy.
I
Because
mean,
you need to keep running and giving us those videos that you do. I love that. I
love the time,
It's
and
so great.
I'm like hobbling out there. I'm like,
yeah.
Once I get in it, it's not terrible, but I'm like, I can see a swelling on my left knee.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, and I had to go to the orthopedic doctor right before this all broke out. The COVID-19 was keeping us locked in home, and they're like, we think you've torn your meniscus, and I was like, oh, well, how? And I asked him, I said, well, how do I fix my meniscus? He's like, B15. I was like, the meniscus isn't something that gets me. He's like, no. I was like, well, how did it tear? He was like, Shay, it's just a product of like living and growing older. And I was like, oh,
well, once you realign your body, realign those legs and your pelvis, then your body has a chance to heal. Those injuries do take time, but it is possible. And I hope you're not using ice on it.
I haven't been doing much of, I'm be honest, I haven't been doing anything other than pressure. So like I'll put my band on it. Like I have this knee brace that's kind of snug. And for some reason it feels better when I have that on it. Yeah. But I know it's not completely fixed. Like right now I was making fun of my leg to my husband. I was saying that my left leg looks like an old lady's leg. Like, hey, old lady. Hi, old lady.
Oh, girl, we'll get you sorted. We'll get you sorted with that for sure. That's my passion.
I love that. If I wanted, so I know where to get the block from you.
Yeah.
Then I can go to I Love Block Therapy. How long would it take for it to get to me if I were to order it? And where is it coming from?
They're made in Canada, and it takes about a week to get to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then
how much are they?
It's $130 with the classes included and the 2 weeks of membership. And I always say that my massages, when I was doing massage therapy, that's what I charge for 1 hour. And it's just like, that's a one-time thing, one-time cost. And this is like your massage therapist for life. And what I love, pardon?
Go ahead. Say it. Go on.
I love the material. It's made of cedar.
It looks pretty, to be honest. It looks like I want to touch it.
Yeah. So when I went to Freeport that time to my friend, Bunny, I saw it on her coffee table before I knew what it was. And I was immediately drawn to it. I was like, wow, what is that? And she's like, oh, that's the block. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Does it smell good?
Oh, yeah. It smells amazing. And you have, there's an airplane. Wow. I haven't heard a plane in weeks, Shay. It must be medical. Because of the lockdown,
that's right. That's what I'm saying.
Airport's been closed down, so it's like.
Is it a big plane?
Yeah, it was like one of those. Oh, yeah, it's a big one. It's like one of those. Looks like it's bringing in medical supplies or something very important, right? No passengers. So anyway, back to this. So the cedar is the closest in density to the average human bone of all the materials they tested. And so that means that there's a relationship. It gets right to the bone and unsticks that fascia, which is gripping and sticking and holding us out of alignment and blocking blood flow. And also is excellent for osteoporosis. It helps to strengthen the bone, and we're having test results showing bone growth, like stronger bones over time. Even a lady that's like in her 80s, I think, or 70s or something, is getting bone density test done, and her bones are getting stronger. And
Wow.
and so the wood, so since it's made from trees, trees give us oxygen, we give them carbon dioxide. So we have this symbiotic relationship, a beautiful
With the block.
relationship
I like
with
it.
the wood. The energy of life itself is right here in this block. And
I
immediately
love
when
it.
you put it to your body, your cells feel that, and they just kind of feel relieved and like, oh, thank you.
You've said a couple words that I want you to expand upon. Fascia. So that is a relatively new word for me that came
Yeah.
into my world maybe like 3-4 years ago. And I learned it all through this lady named Ashley Black,
Oh yes, I've
for
heard.
like the fascia blaster.
Yes.
And so that's the first time I'd ever heard the word fascia and realized, oh, this is a connective kind of muscle. Like it's huge. Can you break down what is fascia and why do I want my
So
fascia to be better?
okay, so fascia is a system in itself. It's just been considered an organ of the body.
Sure.
It's like our scaffolding of the
Mm-hmm.
body. It connects and separates at the same time. It separates the cells from the organs, from the muscles, from the bones, but it also connects them, and it runs through the body like a big spider web. Like imagine
Like
a
a
spider
netting.
web.
Uh-huh.
It's a light conducting material. We are light. We are light beings, and that is what conducts the light through the body. So about a healthy fascia is fluid and flexible, and it allows the organs and the muscles to glide and move freely throughout the body. Over time, what happens is if we're out of alignment or suffering from injuries or trauma or whatever that's causing us to collapse, that fascia will stick and grip and be more like a substance, like a consistency of a cracker or a dried sponge.
Oh.
And then the blood flow can't get through. It traps the nerves, puts the organs out of alignment. The cells themselves can get stuck out of alignment because of the fascia twisting and gripping and making them bulge.
Okay.
So it's about creating freedom, space, and in the body, and switching the light back on, so to speak.
Do you do this thing all over your body, or is it just primarily, you've told us about the abdomen, like putting it on your belly, letting it sink in. But how would I use it on my knee? How would I use it on my elbow? How would I use it on my back? How do I
So,
use this?
okay, so there are cause sites for the pain sites. So, for instance, because you're having pain in your knee doesn't necessarily mean that that's exactly where you want to work it. Sure, you can go on the knee, but you have to also address the other areas which might be causing the pain.
Oh,
And there are specific guidelines that you can follow to guide you there to those sites. And once you learn them, and once you get familiar with the block, you will know where you need to go. And I find that I have, knock on wood, I very rarely have pain. I mean, I'm like so lucky, so blessed that I don't really have pain. But your block, your body will tell you where it needs to go. But
sure.
we always start on the belly just so that we can activate the diaphragm, get the pumps,
Mm-hmm.
get the blood flowing, turn on the
Sure.
engine or heat up the body so that we can go around and go wherever else you want to go. There's no wrong place. There's
Right.
no wrong position. And the
Okay.
most important thing you need to remember is to use your breath as your guide. And that means if you're in a position and it's too painful to breathe,
Uh-huh.
then you just have to lift up a little bit and so you can breathe again. It is
Okay.
a it is a painful practice, but you are in control. You are in charge. So it doesn't have to be painful,
Right.
because then you just lift up again. Because what we're doing is we're making friends with the pain in our body. Instead of running away from it and masking it, we are making friends with the pain because
Oh,
that's the body's language. That's the cells telling
talking to
us
us.
exactly.
I need
It's like,
this. I don't need this. I
yes,
want more. I
they
need
what they
more.
want what they
Mm-hmm.
want is space.
Mm-hmm.
They want food, which means oxygen rich blood flow, and they just want to be clean. This is a way of cleaning your cells, feeding
Mm-hmm.
them and giving them space, which is like I like to say we have 75 trillion babies inside of us, and babies want clean diaper. They want to be fed, and they want their space. They don't
That's
want you
right.
crowding them up, right? And
Right.
they are our cells are like yeah, they exist just to serve us. Bless you. Um,
So,
and so this is our way of loving ourselves back and really going deep, 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 and doing the healing. The healing is just mind blowing.
do you have a story that you could share with us, like pardon me, where maybe someone
Yeah.
was a bit of a skeptic and they're like, okay, the block, the cells were light, and in the end, after they did it, there was some sort of transformative experience. Do you have an experience like that that you could share?
Um, I do. I do. And he actually, in the end, let me put 4 blocks underneath him in one session. And afterwards, he was just like, wow, that was amazing. That
Well,
was
tell
really
me about it
amazing.
beforehand. How did he feel beforehand? Tell me the.
Oh, he was in a lot of pain. He had pain in the shoulder. He had
Uh
pain in
huh.
his knee. And it was chronic pain. And he just had one session. And afterwards, he was just like, that was amazing. That was mind blowing.
Was he
Um,
skeptical, or did
oh,
he?
yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, he was.
He was like, "This is not going to work."
Right.
How long was the session?
It was about an hour. So that's when I was doing massage therapy, and I used the blocks on him when I was doing the work of massage. Yeah,
I love that. How
yeah.
many people, like I've seen your Instagram account, so I know you have periodic retreats. About how many retreats do you have a year, and how long are they?
So ideally, I would like to have at least like 6 retreats a year.
Yeah,
We were doing about 3 retreats a year, uh, and then things happened, just like a pause. We have to
yeah,
have pause.
everybody.
And the retreats are about 5 days, and
Wow.
I'm working together right now with my friend Dr. Gwen Chieda, and our website is renewrechargeretreat.com. And she's a psychotherapist, and she does her program called the 7L Framework. And so we work together to create a full body, mind, and spirit experience. She
Uh-huh.
does the mind stuff. I do the block for the body and the mind and spirit. And we do a raw food education. So we're also eating well.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, because this work also helps with digestion. It really, really helps to digest the food, because when we are in that parasympathetic state of rest and digest, our cells can actually absorb the nutrients, and we can benefit from the food that we eat.
Oh my God, you're making me want to do one of these retreats. Where are the retreats typically held?
So we were doing them in Hopetown,
Yes,
and
and
then
they will be there again.
yes,
They
we
will be there again.
for sure.
Uh huh.
We just did one in Harbor Island in February, and
Ryland.
yes, yes, and I'm planning to do some. Actually, I'm not going to use that word plan anymore. It's not
I
doing
am.
well. It's
I
not
am.
doing well. I am
Yeah.
going to do some
Yeah.
retreats in Costa Rica.
Oh,
Actually,
I
I
saw
just
that.
yes, yes.
How much are these retreats? They sound awesome.
So it all depends. They range from about $1,400 to $1,900, depending on what we offer and where we're
Sure.
staying and stuff like that. Yeah.
Sure.
And one
If you
when
really think about it, that's not terrible for 5 days. That's great,
no,
actually.
no.
Yeah.
And I want to do one in Hopetown called Relief Retreat, where people come, and in the morning we do our self-care, and in the
Uh-huh.
afternoon we go and we help somebody in the community, whether it's to
Oh.
rebuild their house or paint, or like help work on the lighthouse keeper. I know the lighthouse keeper's house still needs work in Hopetown, and whatever we can do around the community, that's what we'll do in the afternoon. So the point is to teach people how to take care of themselves first, so that you can take care of others, because
Oh,
that's
I want to
kind
come
of
to that.
yes,
Seriously.
please
I'm
do.
serious.
I would
Once
love to
that gets
have you,
up going.
girl. I
So,
would love
okay.
to
So
have you.
you are a trained block therapist.
Yes, yes.
How does one become a trained block therapist?
So you'll see on my website, I Love Block Therapy. You'll see when you scroll down, it says BTU, which means Block Therapy University.
Uh-huh.
And it's all online training. You go through the classes and you take your test, and then you have to teach the class to the head people who will pass you, and then you get your license like that. It is the best thing because it's so supportive. It's so supportive team. You have questions, they answer, they help you, they guide you, they mentor you. We have 2 meetings a week on Zoom where we can ask any questions. They can guide us, coach us, and yeah, I mean, I love what I do.
It's evident. I love it too. I just love seeing someone sit in the seat of their soul and doing what they are impassioned for and what they feel like they are on this planet to bring.
Yes.
How long did it take you to become a certified coach? So
So,
I know how I do it. I go to your website. I can go to BTU. How much does it cost, by the way?
that's a good question. I should know that. I'm so
That's
sorry,
right.
but
That's right.
I think it's like 2,000, 2,500 maybe. I'm not sure.
Somewhere
but
under $3,000, but
yes,
there is an outlay. I mean, there is an
yes,
investment because you are
yes. There's an
investing in your.
investment,
Mm-hmm.
but what you can do is you can pay monthly. There's like a monthly payment program
Uh-huh.
too. And as you go through the program, what you do is you share it with your friends. You share what you're doing, and they're going to want to buy a block so that by the time you're certified, you have a bunch of people in your network that are ready to take the class with you.
Yeah.
And then you can make an income with this just by getting other people to get on it with you and sell the programs. There are, like I said, monthly programs. There's the cellulite gone. There's a scoliosis gone. There's one especially for kids.
I need that cellulite gone.
Oh, I'm doing that right now. I'm doing that program. I'm on like day 12. I love it. I
Ah,
cannot wait to see the difference.
I can't wait to see it on
Yeah.
me. I'm like, oh, I got to do that.
Yeah, but the thing is about that is that I feel so good, and so that the self-critic is so far gone that
Uh,
even if there is no change, I don't really care as much as I used to. I'm not. It's like, this is me. This is who I am. This is my body, and it's okay. What's wrong
and it's
with
doing
that?
a lot of wonderful things for you. That's what
Oh,
I do. Anytime that critic's voice, I call it the voice of dissension in my head, that dissents and just sits there and goes, no, I disagree. You're bad.
yeah,
You're not good enough. I
yeah,
the thing about that voice, when it just gets so, ooh, it's that, I think about all the wonderful things my body does for me,
yeah,
all the wonderful things it does for me. And these legs, they carry me and they will take me miles. They may not be the best looking legs. Who gives a crap? You know what they are?
exactly.
They're strong. They carry me. They support me. They
That's
uphold
right.
me. And
Yeah,
so I think once I start I refocus less on what it looks like and more of what this thing is, what it
right.
brings, what it gives. There's
Yeah,
the power, right? There's the
exactly,
power.
exactly.
These
And it,
lungs, as dirty as they are right now, because I've never done block therapy, they carry me distances. They give me
yes.
breath. So
Yeah.
it
And you're
helps you.
amazing. You are so amazing
Oh,
and so inspiring. I love you,
oh my
girl.
goodness. I love you. So
I wish
this
I
is
could
so.
clone you and sprinkle you all over this planet, girl.
Oh,
I do.
that touches my heart so much, Rachel. Thank you. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we have this. So we know how to get a block.
Mhm.
We know approximately how much a block costs and how
Right.
long it will take for a block to get to us. We
Yeah.
know the transformative nature of the block and what it has brought to your life and what you tell us it will bring to our life, right? And we also
Absolutely.
know
Just
now how, if I wanted to become a teacher like yourself of this meditative spiritual practice, how
yeah.
to access that, right?
Yes.
If I want to know this, and and then I'll end in just 2 or 3 more questions. I want to know, what is the one big thing you want people to take away from block therapy as a part of their lives?
So for me, it's the mental, calm, peaceful, neutral place that I'm at amongst
Mm-hmm.
all of this chaos and all of this uncertainty. I'm here. I'm in the present moment, and I'm able to just focus on what I'm doing. And it's not bringing me down. I'm not afraid. And I've learned it's helped me surrender and just be grateful for the present moment. Because when you work with the diaphragm, that muscle is like the magic. It's like the magic place where you come to the present moment. When you really feed and clean your cells, it just brings you to that quiet place where you can connect to yourself, to your higher self, to God, to your guides. That's what it's done for me. And I feel like my intuition is just so much more powerful.
Yeah.
And
Well, that
physically
would
I
make
feel amazing.
sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense if what you say actually happens, if you get literally clearer and more freed up on a cellular level. I mean, what would that do
Yes.
to one's intuition? What would that do to one's
It's
senses? You know, it'd
it's
be
like
like super
yeah.
senses.
Yes. And I also recently thought of this way to explain it, is that it's like your diaphragm is like the diamond. It's like a diamond in the rough. Diamonds are always there under the earth, but their value is not really acknowledged or known until you take it out and you shine it and you polish it, right?
Yeah.
And our diaphragm is the same way. And this practice strengthens your diaphragm. About 80% of the people that I see on my massage table have diaphragms that are stuck in the rib cage and actually weak. And we're only breathing to the shallow lungs,
Ooh.
to the, just shallow breath. And so once you release that diaphragm and strengthen it, it's like a whole new world. You go from a survival mode to thrive mentally, physically, spiritually. Yeah, and I'm just so grateful. So grateful to Deanna Hansen and her team, and to my students, and to Bunny for inviting me to go and meet her.
I love that, Rachel. I just have, I used to love watching the show called Inside the Actor's Studio with James Lipton. And it was kind of like this most beautiful, low budget show that I adored. And it would just interview all these, actors and their process. And it was kind of like before social media was social media, it kind of gave us this like, I'm sitting on a wall quietly and no one knows I'm there and I'm a part of that conversation. So that's the kind of conversation we could see. So anyway, he would always end his interviews with the same list of questions he got from, I believe, a French talk show host. And I just want to ask a couple of those. I think it always brings us back to each other. So what sound or noise do you love?
Thunder.
Thunder. Ooh, I like it. Well, tell me why.
Um, it's like the sound. It's a powerful
Ooh.
sound. It's like God saying, "Hello, I'm here, and I love
Ah,
you."
I love it. What sound or noise do you hate?
A cat fight.
Ooh. Like literally between cats
Yes.
or human beings acting silly.
That too, but literally cats.
Yes, it's a terrible sound. It's very shrieking. I agree. What's your favorite word?
I think my favorite word is freedom.
Ooh,
Yes.
I love that. What's your favorite curse word?
Favorite curse word? Probably shit. Oh, shit.
That's a good one. It's a good one. It is a good one. Comes out of this mouth quiet. I'm always trying to work on that. But I'm like, my daughter goes, mother, language. I'm like, I'm working on it, Kaya. Here's the last question. If heaven exists, what would you like God to say when you get there?
Thank you for doing what you do.
That's beautiful.
You're gonna make me cry, girl.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. Well, Rachel, thank
Thank
you for doing
you,
what you do.
Shay.
My pleasure.
Thank you too. Thank you so much. And I just want to also, I forgot to mention the so on my website, when you scroll down, you'll see there's a book there. It's a book written by Deanna Hansen about the fascia and how it's decompressing fascia, the missing link in healthcare. It's a free book, and she shows you a free video of how to decompress the fascia and strengthen your diaphragm without a block. So you don't need to purchase a block. You don't need to purchase anything to benefit from this work. So I just wanted to remind you to go there and check it out, get the book. And, you know, we're all being bombarded right now with get this, get that, get this free thing, get that free thing. And, you know, that the thing is that you have to register, and then you get the emails every month to keep you updated on stuff. If you don't want that, get the gift and then unsubscribe. That's what you do, right? just get it. And then if you don't want to hear any more about how to maintain a healthy mind, body, and spirit, and how to grow and thrive, then you just unsubscribe. So that's what I want to tell you.
Well, thank you, sister. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to go to your website
So
after
thank you
this.
so much, Shay.
Thank you. I love you, Rachel.